Hey everyone, today we will be finishing off the Simple Models chapter of Jun Maekawa's Genuine Origami. We will be doing the Japanese macaque. The theme of today's fold is crease pattern fold. That's not really something that I would like to call it. I'd like to call this maybe collapse. Basically, we're folding a bunch of pre-creases all at once. But once again, when you do a crease pattern, the collapse is usually the whole model, as shown in my last video. Whereas here, it's a small collapse partially through. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, color side up, today I'm using gray, because macaques are gray. And this is Taro 6-inch Kami. Sorry, my nails are dirty. I was out in the garden today. Let's see here. Step one is to fold in half vertically. Let's see here. There we go. Step two is to bisect this corner here. By the way, if you fold it in half vertically the other way, you want to bisect the corner on the side that's open. And by bisect, I just mean fold the angle in half. So let's see here. Best way to know you're folding an angle in half is just to bring two edges together. The two edges that make up the angle. So you just bring that bottom edge to this edge right here. But you're so far into the book by now, I'm sure you're well aware. Next one is to bisect this angle. Once again, we're bringing edge to edge to bisect it. So let's see here. That's a technique I like to use when I'm bisecting, is I like to pull while having my finger in the fold. That way the paper behaves. Because if you pull without having something to get that crease started, sometimes the paper wants to stay stiff for you. Next step, we are going to inside reverse fold on this fold here. Once again, how do you inside reverse fold? You open it up, you push the paper inside, and you reverse this crease. So let's see here. And you close it on up. Awesome. Next step, we're going to bisect this angle by bringing these open parts of paper down. Once again, I like to fold towards myself. I think that's a pretty good technique. Gives you more control. You can see me using my technique there with my finger to make sure I get a perfect half, and that everything is going good all the way through. Flip it over, do the same. You'll see my technique here is just kind of massage the paper into place before creasing. Give me one sec while I take a look at this next step. Go ahead and return the paper to this position. Then make a pre-crease by bisecting this angle, meaning we're bringing this edge to that edge, like so. You unfold. Then we're going to inside reverse fold this. So you open it up, go to the inside, and reverse the direction of this crease. And we want to make sure we're getting that full crease. So make sure your crease is going all the way up, so that way we're getting the best fold we can. Okay. Now we unfold these two flaps. Like so. Now, along this line here, we are going to want to fold down. So this edge is going to stay with itself. We are folding right on down. Turn this over, and we are taking this edge up to this edge, like so. Oh, I see. Hold on. I messed up. So we are taking actually this edge down to where it meets this edge. So you could do as I was doing, or you could do and flip it over, or you could do it as I just showed. So the book is actually saying, please take this down, allow that flap to fold out from behind. Go here. Sorry, I usually pre-fold a test model to keep the sequence fresh in my memory, but I did not have time for that today, unfortunately. Now it wants us to outside reverse fold along this line. Outside reverse fold, very similar to the inside. We open up a crease, then we go to the outside, not the inside, but the outside, and then we reverse the direction of the crease. That's why it's an outside reverse fold. And a good way to reverse that direction is just stick your thumb in there. So let me show you that again real quick. Open it up, find the point at which you reverse, put your finger in, then start to close. Make sure it's closing along that crease you made earlier. See, the paper wants to be a little disobedient. Your fingers are your best friend with origami in these inside reverse folds. All I did was I stuck my finger in here, reversed that other crease I made. Now we've got what we're looking for, which is a piece of paper that looks like this. Next up, we're doing a bit of a swivel. The swivel, oh, it's my little kitten. I have a new kitten. Part of why I'm on a time crunch. So what we're gonna do is we want to valley along this crease here. I don't know if that shows up well on camera. There's a crease here. We want to valley along that while also valleying here. And then we want this to come to a point as we do that. So follow that crease, follow that crease. I would say this is the first one you want to do. Do that crease, then make sure this comes to a point, and then just kind of move your hand up the paper, make sure it's forming that point. And then once you do have it at a point, so you crease, stretch your paper so that way it's holding a good fold throughout, and then crease. We're going to do that on the other side. I'm going to be quite upset if my phone dies before I fold this video, so I'm just going to do the quick version on this other side because I'm also on a power crunch apparently. So there we go. Nice. Oh, and of course it wants us to close this once we've done it. So please do so on the other side. Close this. Okay, now we've got this. All right, now it wants us to inside reverse along this extremely faint crease. Is this even a crease? Okay, well, just in case it's not there, it wants us to bisect this angle. So do you see this crease line here? Let me show you. It wants us to bisect, which means we're bringing a line to a line at a point. So this is the crease we want to inside reverse along. Open it up, push it inside, and it says tuck it into any pocket. I like the middle just because it keeps symmetry of the model. The reason we want to tuck it into a pocket is just so it goes throughout. Lied, I don't like the middle. Let's tuck it into the side. The middle pocket's not deep enough. But there we go. Okay. Now that we've done this, we want to fold a line perpendicular to this line that also hits this point. So when you're folding something perpendicular, you're folding along an edge and you're keeping that edge touching itself. So we're trying to line things up to a point. I like to do what I call like a soft crease, you know, roll the paper till it hits that point, or it looks like it's hitting that point. Do some finer adjustments. That's what I want. And I crease. This model does a lot of do on the other side. I like doing on the other side immediately because then I can match up, you know, and it's much quicker. I don't have to do all that fine adjusting. As long as everything else I've done is good, I can match the exact tip from last time. We're starting to get our monkey shape, which is great. Now we're gonna do another swivel. We are going to mountain along this line created by the two edges of the paper. As we mountain this, we want to bring it up along this line. So this is going to close. And just make sure it follows this line like that. Then this is the quick version on the other side. Okay. Next up, it wants us to fold down perpendicular at the point where this little tip of the face hits the arm. Do the same on the other side. And unfold. Next, we are folding directly down, just directly horizontally down, kind of along this crease that's already there. In the book, you'll see it more or less lines up and straightens this arm out. In fact, it does straighten this arm out, so just go ahead and fold down to straighten this arm out. Try to match your arms. That'll help with it. It's going to help with it standing later. So if you can, match the arm, correct it at the top of the head here real quick. Nice. Okay. Next up, we are pulling a hidden flap out. So open it up here, pull this amount of paper out. There we go. Looks like my folds have not been perfect. I do not have a perfect piece of paper to work with, but that's okay. That's okay, because we're just having fun. Next, we're working on the legs. Another one of those scary, scary swivel folds. What we're gonna do is gonna open this up. We're aiming to do a bit of a perpendicular fold where this edge is the one folded on. So let's see here. In that swivel, we want this to come to a point. So I always like to make my points first. Those are the 2 points we're gonna make. That's the direction our paper's going in. That was a little complicated, so I'll show you kind of slow again. Open this up. We know these edges are gonna meet, so let's make these edges meet first before we even do our motion. We know that's gonna be a point as well. And then flatten along the line we're supposed to flatten it at. It's generally good practice to make a good swivel. Now we want to go ahead, and it says outside reverse this, so let's go ahead and unfold, fold it such that it meets along these 2 points, and close it on up. Don't let it do that. Close it on up. Okay. Now, it turns out we did want to let it do that. We're going to outside reverse fold again, bisecting this angle. The way I'm going to do it will be a little tough, but this is the best way to learn it. Have it for the most part open, mostly open. Then fold these 2 edges together, only to the half. Begin to close and demand a point from this angle. One of my cats is very interested. Pull this taut. You'll see the paper automatically goes where you want it to go. I like that a lot better than trying to do both at the same time. I would also like my cat to get out of my light, out of my way. Okay. Totally radical. Pull down the long flap while holding the tip. Made. I see. This one can be a little scary. Sometimes you're afraid that your paper's gonna rip. I promise it won't. Let's do it together. Hold this little tail, then pull that leg forward. You'll feel some resistance, but I promise as long as you're gentle, it will not rip. There we go. This part may want to come out. Just keep your finger in there. Do the same on the other side. There we go. Nice. Okay. And now we fold these legs back. So fold both legs back. Don't you love that moment when it starts to really look like what you want it to look like? It's awesome. Next up, it says 45 degrees, so that's pretty bad. I don't know why it describes it like that, but there should be a little bit of a crease here already. Do you see that small crease? We're folding along that. There's no right triangle to estimate the 45 degree from, so I really don't approve of 45 degree being used to describe this. Now we're going to make a bit of a rabbit ear here. Rabbit ears are when 2 folds meet and you fold one over, so we're folding this edge to this edge to that edge, and then pinching in the middle like this. And this is just a pre-crease. All right, now this part is the trickiest part of this model. We are going to open the head up like so. Put your finger in the back here to really open that head up. Now, what it wants us to do is we are going to mountain like this, then kind of like a bird base, we are going to allow a tip to be pointed here. That tip then goes forward. Tip goes forward. And then we're also, this should be part of that tip. So it's kind of like we're making a little bit of a bird base. All right, so we flatten along this crease like so. We make a little pyramid here. We know that little pyramid's going forward. And then we're also going to flatten along these creases here. This is why strong creases are important. Look at how I'm struggling, because I make strong creases. All right. So once you kind of get that shape, just close it. Close it, close it, close it. You'll start to get your little monkey head. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Ain't that great? It wants us to inside reverse fold this tip back here. Like so. And I mean, we are past the hard part of the model. We are past the most difficult part. The rest is honestly trivial. What do? We fold this leg along this angle, just like where it was before. I don't even know why we folded those legs back. We're just gonna fold them like this. Then we fold parallel to the tail, right here at the tip. So now we inside reverse fold these feet forward. And we're generally wanting these feet to match the same level as the feet we're going to make up front. And this is something that you can decide how long or short your legs want to be. The shorter your legs, the longer the feet, vice versa. Then we inside reverse fold these tips to make our feet, you know, more paw-like. Like so. Whew. Okay, sorry, I got scared. I thought my phone was about to shut off because of how low my battery is. Let's speed this up. You fold these feet forward. You fold these feet forward. Heck, you know how to make those paw-like. I've got to finish this video now. Okay. Next, we puff out the head, kind of, by doing this, one of these. Then we open up our creases here to get a nice 3D look on that head. And then you can push the nose in a little bit. Put your finger in here. Once again, to give yourself a more 3D head. Might be hard to fit your finger in there. It's hard for me to fit mine, shoot. There you go, you blunt the nose a little bit. It's a more 3D effect. Now, fold the arms to get a more monkey-like stance. There you go. You've done it. You have Jun Maekawa's Macaque here. Great. One of my favorite models. Thank you so much.